We didn't start with a logo. We started with a burden. For the ones sleeping rough, for the addicted, the abandoned, the forgotten. We're not here to sell clothing. We're here to build armour for spiritual war. This brand was born from fire, from pain, from purpose, from faith. We're building something bigger than us, and we're inviting you to stand shoulder to shoulder with us and walk with us. This is ground zero, the start of 6ELEVN, and the journey begins now.
I come from a place where homelessness, drug addiction, violence is all normal. Growing up in that sort of environment, I've lived that life. My journey with faith is only fairly new, but my goodness, there's a massive shift going on in me right now. My partner and I, Charlie, we got married last year, and she's been a big part of this journey of leading me to Jesus. And I have this massive calling. It's a calling that is heavy on my heart, and I just can't stop thinking about it. We work out in the gym a lot, and working out in the flesh and working out in the spirit, I found are two massively different things. And, sometimes when I'm struggling to get into the gym now, I just think of Jesus, and it really empowers me. I wear my cross, and it gives me the power to squeeze out those extra reps or just get up into the gym. And this idea has come from some of the work we do in the community with some of the people who've fallen through the cracks of the cracks, the forgotten amongst the forgotten. And Charlie and I have been making some meals and stuff for some of the homeless people lately, and this is part of where this calling comes from. There is a real calling that is heavy on both of our hearts. For most people, coming into a place like this will be super daunting. Like I said, where I come from, it's normal. I've experienced this for a lot of the part of my teenage years. It would be daunting for some people, but for some people this is home. This is their comfort zone, and they're the forgotten amongst the forgotten. They're in the dark amongst the dark. These are the people that we want to help. These are the people that the system has forgotten. And, poor buggers like this is the whole reason we've started with 6ELEVN. I'm super passionate about it. Charlie and I just want to make a difference, and that's a big part of our story. And while we're moving in this way, Jesus is really calling us to do this. It's heavy on our heart. That's something we're going to forge ahead with.
We hadn't had much luck trying to find Charles since the council gave him a move-on order. So we came back at night to see if he would be around.
So this is someone's house. For most people, this would be very daunting coming in here, especially at night time. But for some people, this is actually their home. And the person that lives here is in his early 40s, comes from East Timor. He's got a son who's currently in jail, who used to live in that tent just over here. But this is all his personal stuff, and we're trying to get him to come to church with us, and we think he was starting to think about it. He had blessed written on his arm, and funnily enough, we've been scouting this place out for a little while, and we finally caught up with him here, and his name was Charlie. And as you know, that's my wife's name. Her name's Charlie too. And we're trying to get him to come to church. And I think, if you just follow me over here, where he used to sleep, but he actually had started to wash some clothes for church. He said to me, he goes, I've got clothes for everything. I'll get some ready. So I think he started getting ready. The council gave him a move on order. We haven't been able to contact him since, but for some people, you might say get a job. You might say, find a house, but this guy lived here for 12 months. A bit over 12 months, and this was his home. So just wanted to show you some of the things that are happening right under your nose here. This is the Sunshine Coast, right next to the water here. There's beautiful $1 million mansions just across the road. And this guy slipped through the cracks of the cracks, living in the dark amongst the dark. And we can only pray to Jesus that he's okay, because we can't find him at the moment. But here's a bit of a snapshot into the homeless life here in the holiday destination that is the Sunshine Coast. As I said, this is someone's home.
I came as a refugee, but I didn't come empty-handed. I came with faith. I have seen war. I have seen darkness, but Jesus never left me. Now I walk into those same dark places to bring the light. And then I saw it, the shift in him. I watched my husband surrender. I saw Jesus pull him from the fire and light a new one inside him. That is when this mission was born. This is not just a business. We are building 6ELEVN to clothe the call, to reach the forgotten, to make a bold faith vision. This is kingdom work. I'm Chauceta Cunningham, refugee, daughter of the King.